What's up, Boxing World? Show number 6 of the 13th round with Freddylokz. Let's get right into it. This last Wednesday, we had Chris Bird back in action. TKO in 7 over Paul Marinaccio. Even though you hate him, well, a lot of people actually hate him because of his style, because of the way he fights, but hey, he's been in there with a lot of top quality opponents and he's actually beat some of them. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see him back in the mix, because I do believe there's some heavyweights out there he can beat. I'm not going to get into no names right now, but I believe there's people out there he can beat, so it's pretty interesting to see Chris Bird back in the mix, see how that goes for him. Friday we had a really boring fight between Mighty Mike Arnaudes and Kendall Holt. I thought it was going to be an explosive fight, but it turned out to be a really boring fight, and I think that was because they're both counter punchers. They're both really good counter punchers, and none of them really wanted to engage in anything unless the other one did, and the other one didn't unless the other one did. So it turned out to be a hell of a boring fight, but Kendall Holt won. Now he's in line to face Ricardo Torres. I think when he fights Torres, it's going to be more action-packed because Torres actually comes forward, so that probably made for a more entertaining fight than what we seen on Friday. We also had Abner Mares. He looked pretty impressive, knocking out a tough veteran, Angel Priolo, in 6 rounds. He's under Nacho Bernstein now. I believe he only trained with him about 3 weeks for this fight. It was his first time together with him, but you can already notice a little difference in his game plan. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how that turns out, because Abner Mares is a hell of a fighter. I mean, out of all the prospects that we're talking about, I've always liked Abner Mares, and he's an Olympian. So we'll see how that turns out. I think it's gonna be an explosive combination between the two. We also had Jason Litzau make a comeback today. He pounded out a decision over Aldo Valtierra, and it was a pretty good fight. You know, I like seeing Jason Litzau. I just don't like to see him showboat against D level fighters. I mean, if you're gonna showboat, you know, which is fine, you know, showboat against someone that actually has a chance of beating you. You know, don't make these lesser fighters feel any more lesser in the ring. As it is, they're put in front of you for you to beat them up already. So let's. I don't like seeing that, but you do it anyways, and you're a pretty good action-packed fighter. So we'll see how this goes with Jason Litzau's comeback ever since his last loss. Now this Friday we have Mike Anchondo making a comeback. I believe he's won about 2 in a row since his loss to Jorge Barrios, and he'll be coming back this Friday against the Dominican Darlene Jimenez. Mighty Mike is another guy that I thought was going to be a huge impact in the 130-pound division, and he's a really talented guy. The only thing that I think was wrong was that the weight got the best of him in his last fight, and it was clear. You know, he looked slow. He looked really bad, and Barrios knocked him out. You know, so we'll see how that turns out. If he can get back in the mix in the 130. I believe he can be a real threat to a lot of fighters, because this kid has a lot of potential. He has a lot of skill, you know. So we'll see how that goes with Mike Anchondo. Wish him the best of luck. And on Saturday we have one hell of a matchup. We got hard hitting Marcelino Freitas versus the baby bull Juan Diaz. Now it was almost not going to be unification, because they were going to strip Juan Diaz of his belt, but they went ahead and sanctioned the fight. So it's going to be a unification fight, and I don't think we've had a fight this big since, I want to say, 2005 when Castillo faced Corrales, and I'm pretty excited about this matchup. It's going to be a huge step up for Juan Diaz, and I think we're going to see what he's really made of, you know, because we all know Popo Freitas can crack, he can box, he's slick, he's awkward, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see how Juan Diaz handles all that. So we'll see what happens there. Let's get into some news real quick. We got Vladimir Klitschko. He's going to look to avenge his devastating loss against Layman Brewster. I believe it's set for July 7th, and for all those people that talk about Klitschko, I mean, I think he's one of the best out there, and this proves it. I mean, he's taking on Layman Brewster, who has that knockout power, who's already knocked him out before. You know, he's already faced Samuel Peter. He's faced a lot of good guys, and a lot of people still don't give him credit. You know, I think he's the second best up there next to his brother right now. So let's give the man credit. You know, he has heart, he's showing it, and he's trying to give us fans what we want to see. Wish him all the best. We also have Dennis Inkin. He might get in the way of a unification bout between Joe Calzaghe and Mikhail Kessler. I think he's really going to push for his title shot. He's a mandatory for the WBO, and I don't know too much about Dennis, you know, but if he's a mandatory, I guess you got to get him out the way, you know, for us to see Mikhail Kessler versus Joe Calzaghe, which is a fight I've been wanting to see for a while now. So I mean, if it does happen and Dennis gets the fight, let's hope Joe wins so we can finally see what we want. And if not, and if they're gonna go ahead and let him fight Kessler, when let's do this now, you know, let's rock and roll. They both want to fight. They're both making each other offers, claiming they're hiding, they're avoiding each other. So let's make the fight happen, and we'll take it from there. We also have King Arthur Abraham coming back May 26th against the undefeated Canadian Sebastien Demers. Abraham has been out since September of last year when what's his name, Miranda broke his jaw in their fight. Abraham did win, but he did suffer a really bad broken jaw, and ever since then Miranda's been on an ass whooping trail. You know, he's been on a mission, and he wants Abraham again, and Abraham's back in the mix. So we'll definitely need to see Miranda versus Abraham later on this year again. I mean, that's a must. We have to see it. And now I would like to get into some questions. We have here from GlovesUp.com member Mike Tyson is asking, Freddie, what's your take on the Floyd Mayweather Dana White situation and Floyd having a Golden Gloves brother he never knew about? Apparently Mayweather Sr. had a son he never knew about, and the guy Justin Jones apparently is a successful amateur fighter. He is 19 years old. As far as the Dana White Mayweather situation, I mean, I really don't care for it. You know, I don't pay much attention to all these fake offers that would never happen. You know, Floyd Mayweather is not going to fight MMA, and I think Dana White knows what he's up against when he speaks about boxing, and I really wish the negativity between MMA and boxing fans would stop. I mean, we're all fight fans. We all love combat sports. I mean, it just really ticks me off when they go that low to make offers, you know, and just try to pull a stunt like that to make a boxer look bad. You know, I mean, it's pretty dumb. We know it's not gonna happen. You know, let's just respect the sports and keep them going and keep doing what we've been doing and supporting both MMA and boxing. As far as Justin Jones goes, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm interested to see the kid fight. I really can't speak on it till I see the kid fight. I mean, I heard about that a couple weeks ago too, and I was kind of shocked, you know. But hey, we'll see how that turns out. I'm gonna try to look for some footage of Justin Jones and give you guys a scoop on him. And we also have Barrera fan over from GlovesUp.com. He's asking me, Freddie, who do you think will win between Astelino Freitas and Juan Diaz? You know what? Freitas has the skill to beat him. We all know that. He has the power to hurt anybody. But ever since his loss to Chico, I haven't seen that same Freitas we saw at 130. You know, at 135, he hasn't really impressed me. He hasn't been fighting that much, and I really think the Baby Bull's gonna pull it off with the unanimous decision. You know, because he's hungry. He's an aggressive fighter. Not that much power, but he's really, really aggressive. And sometimes that's even better than power, because you're going to be on him every second of every round, and it's going to frustrate Freitas. I think it's going to frustrate the hell out of Freitas too, where mentally he's gonna beat him in about the third or fourth round, and after that I think it's going to be all Juan Diaz, you know, making a statement and finally putting his foot in with the elite fighters, because I mean, this kid, He's hungry, man, and believe me, he's a true champion. He's been a champion since 20 years. He was 20 years old. He's 23 already. So let's hope the best. I just want to see an exciting fight, really. And as far as HBO dropping Merchant, I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm gonna speak on it a little bit more in the future, but I think that's a really bad decision. Really bad decision. You know, Larry Merchant pretty much makes HBO. So let's hope some miracle happens and they bring him back. But as of right now, I believe they dropped him already. They didn't renew his contract. Thanks to Eastside Boxing, GlovesUp.com, and my other supporters on CycleRoundOnline.com. Once again, your boy's out. Peace.